Assalamu alaikum. Hello my dear students, how are you? I hope you are fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. I am also fine. Welcome to NIBS Home School. Today I am going to conduct an Bangladesh and Global Studies class for the student of class 9. Dear students, today is your first class of Bangladesh and Global Studies. Today's topic is chapter 1 and page number 1 to 5. Now come to page chapter 1, political movement in East Bengal and the rise of nationalism. Okay, dear students, in 1947 the British rule ended in Indian subcontinent. You know that after the Battle of Palachi, that means the British rule this Indian subcontinent, but in 1947 the British rule ended from this subcontinent and giving birth, that means give birth to two independent states like India and Pakistan. But we are in part of Pakistan. On the 14th of August, Pakistan became independent, and on the 15th of August of the same year, India also became independent. Okay, this is the history of India and Pakistan. Okay, since the beginning of administrative power of Pakistan had been vested in the rich section of West Pakistan. After creation, the Pakistan, that means the administrative power had been vested in the rich section of West Pakistan, which allowed them to power to control the language, literature, culture and economy and politics, as well as the social system of East Pakistan and created discrimination. Dear students, after the creation, Pakistan, that means Pakistan also divided into two parts, that one is West Pakistan and other is East Pakistan. We were in the East Pakistan, but that means everything, the controlling power of everything were in the West Pakistan. That's why we are controlled by West Pakistan. People of East Pakistan organized protest against the injustice and discrimination and started agitations and mass movement. Okay. The language movement took place to defend the mother tongue Bangla. Bengalis and Bengal of the then East Pakistan were united on the issue. The spirit of the language movement encouraged the people of East Bengal to gradually launch agitation, demonstrations and mass movement against the communal rule of Pakistan. Following the 6-point demand, Awami League won landslide victory in the election of 1970, paving the way to the creation of an economically free and secular Bangladesh. Our national unity was ours on the identity based on language, history, tradition, culture and Bengali nationalism. This national unification is called the Bengali nationalism that encouraged the people to form a secular and non-communal Bangladesh. As its consequence, Bangladesh emerged as an independent country in 1971. In this chapter, we will learn about the political movement in East Bengal and the rise of nationalism. Dear students, after going through this text, that means point, we have known that in 1971, the Bangladesh became independent. Okay, Bangladesh became independent after struggling many movements like 6-point mass movement and agitation and demonstrations, after many things. And go to page number 2, section 2 on the role of the language movement for flourishing the Bengali nationalism. Background of the language movement. Okay, dear students, after creation Pakistan, that means we East Pakistan people, that means the rich people of West Pakistan or the ruler of West Pakistan, that means always try to control on us, like that means first thing is that the language. Okay, even before the creation of Pakistan, the debate arose on the issue of its official language. Okay, not only after creation of Pakistan, that means, but also even before the creation of Pakistan, the debate arose regarding language. As Muhammad Ali Jinnah at that time the Governor General of Pakistan proposed Urdu as the official language of the Muslim League in 1937. Sherebang Leke Fazlul Haq, a veteran leader of Bengal, protested against it. After the proposal of Muhammad Ali Jinnah as the Urdu will be the state language of Pakistan, then Sherebang Leke Fazlul Haq protested against this proposal. When the establishment of Pakistan became absolutely certain in 1947, the debate arose again on 17th May 1947. Chaudhry Khaliquzzaman in July, Dr. Ziauddin Ahmed, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Aligarh, proposed Urdu as the state language of Pakistan. Same thing as Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Dr. Muhammad Shahidullah, an eminent linguist of East Bengal, Professor Dr. Muhammad Enamul Haq of the Dhaka University, some other intellectuals protested against the proposal through their articles, that means through their writings. A cultural organization called Tamuddun Majlis was formed at the University of Dhaka, headed by Professor Abul Qasim on September 2, 1947. Dear students, you have to note that Tamuddun Muslim, it is the first organizations to in the language movement, and the president of this organization was Professor Abul Qasim, and it was formed on September 2, 1949. Okay, in a meeting of the young workers of this organization on 6-7 September, it was unanimously decided to propose Bangla as the medium of education and our court proceedings. A fierce protest broke out in the East Bengal when a decision was taken in an education conference in Karachi in December 1947 that Urdu should be the state language of Pakistan, and people from all walks of life raised their voice to declare Bangla as the state language of Pakistan instead. Articles were published focusing on the demand, and in December, Rashtrabhasha Songram Parishad, another organization, was formed. Processions were brought out and the meetings were held at different institutions including Dhaka University and the Secretariat. Okay, that means meetings, processions were held in the different institutions to protest their declarations as the Urdu will be the state language. Okay. The Pakistan government imposed section 144 and banned the meeting, rallies. Okay. After this, Pakistan government imposed section 144. This is 144 and banned meetings and rallies. 144, this is a section, and in this sections nobody, that means only you can walk alone. Okay, and Dhirendranath Dotto, a member of Pakistan Assembly or Gonu Parishad, another name of Pakistan Assembly is Gonu Parishad, demanded Bangla along with Urdu and English as the medium of proceedings in the assembly on 23. And Dhirendranath Dotto, another prominent figure from Bangladesh, who demanded Bangla along with Urdu and English as the medium of proceedings in the assembly. Okay, he is from Kumilla of Bangladesh. Okay, as his demand was rejected, okay, that means his demand, that means the demand of Dotto, Dhirendranath Dotto, was rejected. There was a call for a strike in Dhaka on 26 and 29 February. Rashtrabhasha Songram Porishod was reformed on 2 March at the University of Dhaka. March 11 was declared a call for Bangla Language Day. That means a call for Bangla Language Day, March 11, and people observe Hortal on that day. Founded on 4 January 1944, East Pakistan Muslim Chhatra League played a very vital role, significant role in observing the protest. At least 69 protesters, including Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib, Shamsul Haq, Oli Ahad, were arrested while they were demonstrating with slogan. Okay, that means when they were demonstrating with slogan, "We want Bangla as the state language," they were arrested. Imprisoned later, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at the top was among other political prisoners who demanded Bangla as the state language. A strike was observed in Dhaka during from 12 to 15 March against the arrest and repressions. Having no other way out, Khaja Nazimuddin, the Chief Minister of Pakistan, signed an 8-point agreement with the Rashtrabhasha Songram Porishod. After this struggle, that means at that time, the Prime Minister of the Chief Minister of Pakistan, Khaja Nazimuddin, named Khaja Nazimuddin, signed an 8-point agreement. Okay, these are the agreement. 8 agreements. All detainees in connection with language movement would unconditionally, that means be released, no condition, okay, will be there to release all detainees like Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, Shamsul Haq, Oli Ahad, etc. The Prime Minister himself will make a statement after through investigations of the police atrocities. A proposal of declaring Bangla as one of the state language would be tabled in the Bengali Legislative Assembly. Bangla would replace English as the official language of East Pakistan. The medium of instruction also will be Bangla. All restrictions would be withdrawn from the newspapers. No legal action would be taken against the participant of the language movement. Section 144 imposed since 29 February would be withdrawn. Confessing the guilt about the issue, the Chief Minister would unequivocally state that language movement was not provoked by the enemies of the state. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the Governor General of Pakistan, very prominent figure at that time, he was the Governor General of Pakistan, came to Dhaka on 19 March 1949. He unequivocally declared in a public meeting arranged at the racecourse ground, now Sohrawardi Udyan, on 21 March, that Urdu and only Urdu will be or shall be the state language of Pakistan. When he repeated the declaration on March 24, same slogan at the convocations of the University of Dhaka, the student had burst into, that means they protested against this slogan, into protest and opposed his declaration, saying no. They also spontaneously protested against the declaration made by Jinnah in the racecourse ground. At a certain stage, the Pakistan government proposed to write Bangla by using the Arabic alphabet. The Bengalis protested and agitated vehemently. Within few months, immediately after the emergence of Pakistan, the movement that erupted on the language issue was the manifestations of support for Bengali nationalism. By defending the honor of the mother tongue, the people of East Bengal realized the importance of their development as a nation. The minority ethnic groups of this land also supported Bangla. That means some minority groups of our country also supported Bangla, not Urdu, as the state language of Pakistan. Khaja Nazimuddin, new Prime Minister of Pakistan, followed the footsteps of his predecessors. Jinnah announced that means Khaja Nazimuddin, new Prime Minister of Pakistan followed his predecessor Muhammad Ali Jinnah and announced Urdu will be the state language. Najimuddin also announced that on 26 January 1952 Urdu as the state language of Pakistan. In protest against it, students observed strike on 30 January. Rashtrabhaষা Songram Porishod was newly reorganized with Abdul Motin as its new convener. That means when Rashtrabhaষা Songram Porishod was newly reorganized as a new convener, that means Abdul Hamid as its new convener, the movement continued and the political parties also joined it. Students observed and agitations on 4 February in Dhaka, a resolution was adopted for a general strike on 21st February, which was to also be observed as the state language day. They declared their firm determinations to continue the movement until the demand was really realized. Imprisoned Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman while under the treatment at the Dhaka Medical College Hospital gave the students and the workers of Army Muslim League necessary instructions for observing the 21st February program. That means Bangabandhu that means the central jail, he gave some instructions to the workers or students to observe the language day. As both of them went on a hunger strike till death, demanding the unconditional release of the arrested political leaders and the immediate declaration of Bangla as the state language, the movement received a great importance. This movement received a great importance among the whole world or among the Bengalis and became more serious. Okay, everyone became more serious after this. Public opinion was being formed throughout the province. Government imposed Section 144 since 21st February onwards, banned all meetings, rallies and processions for a month. The leaders mobilizing the movement decided to violate the Section 144. A meeting was held at Amtola. This is the prominent place under the mango tree in front of the present emergency unit of Dhaka Medical College. That means it is the present emergency unit of Dhaka Medical College of the University of Dhaka at 11 a.m. of 21st February. Here some pictures are there. Abdul Salam, Abul Barkot, Abdul Jabbar, Shafiur Rahman and Rafiquddin Ahmed. Okay, language martyrs. Led by the female students of Dhaka University, processions approached from Dhaka Medical College moved forward, defying Section 144 imposed by the then Pakistani government. The students of Eden College, that means Kamrun Nessa Girls School and Bangla Bazar Girls School, also joined the processions. These processions approached from Dhaka Medical College side by defying Section 4. That means at this time the students of Dhaka University and especially female leaders was approaching a missile, okay, defying 144, Section 144. At first the police made some arrest and later hurled the tear gas and charge batons at the demonstration. At one stage, as the police opened fire on the protesters, that means at one stage the police opened fire. A ruler of West, that means Pakistan, the police opened fire on the protesters. Okay, Abul Barkot, Jabbar, Rafiq, Salam and others became martyrs and many others received bullet injuries. The news of killing the students spread across the Dhaka and soon throughout the entire country. A huge mourning procession was brought out at Dhaka on 22 February. Shafiur Rahman became a martyr due to the police assault. The mass people and the students together erected a Shahid Minar or memorial in front of the medical college on 23rd February to make the martyrs' memory immortal. The Shahid Minar erected first was inaugurated by the father of martyrs Shafiur on that very day, but the police demolished the Shahid Minar on 24th February. Poet Mahabubul Haq of Chattogram composed the first poem on the killing of 21st February titled Kapte Ashini Fashir Dabi niye এসেছে. We have not come to cry, the meaning Kapte Ashini Fashir Dabi niye এসেছে, but with the demand of death sentence by hanging. Another poem was composed by young poet Alauddin Al-Azad titled Sritir Minar Monument of Memory on the instant reaction of the accident. Students, youth and mass people from different cities including Chattogram, Rajshahi, Rangpur, Khulna, Borishal, Kumilla extended their supports to the language movement. A strong feeling of hatred to the West Pakistan stirred the people of East Pakistan. The killing had a far-reaching impact on the mind of the people. Journalist Abdul Ghaffar Chowdhury composed the important song Amar Bhaiyer Rokte Rangano 21 February Ami Ki Bhulite Pari. Singer Abdul Latif composed tune songs like Ora Amar Mukher Bhasha Kaide Nite Chai, Tora Dhaka Shohor Rokte Bhashaili. Dr. Raihan wrote a novel Arek Falgun based on the language movement. A fierce protest against the Pakistan government spread throughout the East Bengal in the fields of art, culture and literature. The spread of Bengali nationalism became significant as the mainstream political ideology. That means after political ideology started in 1947, the language movement took a turn into a violent struggle from 1948 to 1952. As a result, the Pakistan government was compelled to recognize Bangla as one of the state language. After this, that means struggle, Pakistan government compelled. That means Pakistan government had to recognize Bangla as the state language, and Bangla was included in the constitutions of Pakistan in 1956. It is the that means in 1956 Bangla was recognized as a state language in the Pakistani parliament. The Bengali and the other ethnic groups of East Bengal became the first self-reliant and brave nation relying on their history, tradition, culture and language. After this, that Bengalis or other ethnic groups first self-reliant and brave nation relying on their history, own tradition, culture and language. After the language movement in 1952, the whole decade of the 50s was the most eventful period for the preparation of establishing rights and independence by the Bengalis. The language movement was the source of inspirations to all the political movement afterwards. The movements made the people aware of their rights. This movement made them aware of the unity and independence. It was the first movement for the national freedom of Bengalis. Okay, this is for all my dear students. That means language movement is the first movement for the Bengalis. That means this movement was the denotes. That means there is another movement. There will be another movement. That means struggle. That is our fight for freedom. Okay, which was held in 1971. Dear students, I am giving homework. That means you have to make some 10 MCQ questions from page 1 to 5. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.